Ever get your finger caught in a window or a door? That's what we're covering today on Headaches and Euphoria. This trip down memory lane occurred way back in October of 2009. Jacob was 3 years old and I was still working at a company called Medco. 4 days a week, he accompanied me to work. Not to do my job or anything, but to attend the Medco daycare. At least once a week before driving home, I would fill my tank in New Jersey, where gas is 60 cents a gallon cheaper, and they fill up the gas tank for you. Sweet deal! I'd have to fill up my tank at least once a week, and Jacob was usually with me on those days that I went to get gas. Jacob has always liked to pitch in and help me out in whatever way he can. He wants to be a big boy, he wants to be just like his dad. At 3 years old, I'm his hero, and getting gas is something he wants to imitate. After getting gas with me week after week, Jacob had memorized the steps. Step 1, roll down the window. Step 2, hand over the credit card. Step 3, say fill her up regular. Step 4, collect credit card and receipt. Step 5, roll up the window. Each time I pulled into this gas station, I would go over these same steps. And Jacob, as he does with many things, memorized it to a T. He begged and pleaded until I gave him the opportunity to talk to the gas attendant so he can fill it up himself. So our new routine went like this. I would hand my credit card back to Jacob. I would roll down Jacob's window while keeping my window up in order to ferry the gas attendant to the eager boy sitting behind me. Jacob would say, fill it up regular, and hand the guy the credit card. About 50% of the time, I had to translate what Jacob had said to the gas attendant. Once the car was all filled up, the gas attendant would hand the credit card back to Jacob along with a receipt. Jacob would pass the credit card back to me while keeping the receipt. Why did he keep the receipt? He thought it was a cool memento for having ordered gas on his own, so I let him keep it. Jacob had ordered gas a number of times like this without incident. And then came that horrible day in October. But my words alone cannot do it proper justice. For the full effect, let's roll a clip of Jacob's own words at the time. Let's roll the clip.
So you and Daddy went to the gas station, and you wanted to say what?
Fill up.
Yeah, and then what happened?
And I did my finger.
How?
Through the window.
Oh no, and how did you act? What happened?
There you go. We put this engine and go away and stop and give me some juicy.
And then you feel better?
Yes.
Which finger did it pinch? Oh my goodness.
I guess it's part of growing up to have your finger caught in either a window or door at least once during your childhood. It happened to me when I was a little kid, and my father was responsible for that too, as I was responsible for Jacob's incident. Anyway, let's get back to the story at hand. So Jacob's finger had gotten caught due to a miscommunication between him and I about his fingers being clear of the window and me closing it. As I started to drive away from the pump, I rolled up his window as a matter of habit. Then I heard his tiny little voice cry out at me. I quickly stopped the car, turned to check on him, and saw his finger sitting there, being crushed between the window and the door. That's when I racked my mind, trying to figure out how to press that stupid little button so that it wouldn't continue to crush his finger, but release him. A ghostly whirlwind of confusion and panic is all I remember now. But I must have done something right, because unlike Frodo, Jacob still has all 10 fingers intact. I actually think I was the one who was more troubled by the incident than he was. I mean, all I did was give him some apple juice, and a few moments later, he was fine. But here it is now 3 years later, and I'm still scarred. Probably the best thing to come out of all that trauma was the way Jacob said, "In the window.
In 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 the window." Jacob, if you're watching this at some point in the future, Please know that I am sincerely sorry about what happened that day. But I have to hand it to Jacob. He took his injury like a strong man. I'm just glad he didn't lose his finger.